So, if you are tired of your attacks getting stopped dead in their tracks, like this one you see right here, and you want to totally transform your attacking game to where you can literally score with 2 simple passes like you saw in this example just here, then you need to watch this video, because I'm George from The Guide and I'm going to show you a simple trick that is going to totally transform your attacking game and will make it much easier to play forward, put a lot more pressure on the opponent, and just overall will make it feel like you're playing a totally different game in the attack. So what is this wizardry that I'm talking about here? Well, we call it the 3-man build-up, and this is what it's about. You can see right here, I win the ball back in my own half, and I'm going to pass the ball out to my right mid here. This is in a 4-4-1-1 formation. And what I'm going to do here with my right mid is not going to be just dribbling forward and taking the space like that and then maybe passing to my striker and seeing how it goes. No, I have a very, very clear plan right here. And that plan is that I'm going to pass the ball inside with a 1-2 pass. So I'm going to send Yamal on a run. So I use L1 and X here to pass the ball to my cam, and Yamal is going to start a run here. As you can see right there, L1 plus X, he starts a run. Now it's the 3-man build-up, right? So we need a third player. And so I'm not just going to give Yamal the ball back immediately, because that is pretty predictable. Also, he didn't really have time yet to use space. So instead, I'm going to pass the ball to my striker now, and I'm going to give Yamal time to make his run. And because I created this movement, and because I'm aware that Yamal is going to run into the space, I am now ready. Once the opponent makes a little bit of a mistake and pulls his fullback out here, I'm ready with, once again, just 2 very simple passes from here to there and then here, or maybe 3 passes you could say, to feed Yamal the through ball, and then I can play on from there and score a very easy goal. Now this is the base variation. There's other variations which I'm going to show you in just a second. But before we get into those, let's quickly dive into this first gameplay scene here again and discuss exactly why this player is struggling so much in this attack here. By the way, this is from Jordeshu, a community member from The Guide Plus, who kindly allowed me to use this gameplay scene of his. And guys, if you haven't joined The Guide Plus yet, I can only recommend that you do so, because over there you can get personalized feedback from us on your game with our member gameplay analysis course. And also you can find other courses there, just like my attacking course, where in 8 lessons I break down everything about attacking in FC26, so that you can learn step by step in a structured way. You don't have to piece things together randomly from random videos on YouTube, just like this one. And you can join our community as well, ask questions to us, and with the other community members you can improve together. And you pay one time, guys. One time the season pass, the entire season you're set up. It's a great offer in my opinion. Link's going to be down in the description. Also great if you're looking for a Christmas present already, maybe for a loved one. So yeah, check it out guys, you support us as well. And now let's talk about why Jordeshu is struggling in this gameplay scene. Well, look at this right here. He's starting to play forward. This is good. He gets the ball out to his right mid right here. So what would we do here in the 3-man build-up method? Well, we would try to get this guy on a run, right? So we would probably start by using the L1 plus X pass here, the pass and go or 1-2 pass, however you want to call it, to our striker. And then from there, we would already have a run available, and we could potentially then from there pass it to our left mid here, or I believe this might also be the cam, and then go forward from there. So we would create movement from this right mid. You know, we could also think about creating movement earlier. So we could think about taking a touch here with Mariana, which is the method I'm going to show you in a second, send Futra on a run right away, and then pass the first ball to our striker with a driven pass, take a touch, and then we have Futra available. The problem is what we're doing is we're passing the ball to Futra. Now we start dribbling, we trigger our striker, but this is really, really easy to defend for the AI even, you know, just from a run from a striker, you're not going to create much. And now the opponent can start pressuring us heavily because we don't really have any options available. We have one player in front here, and we don't really know, how to continue the attack from here. So let's compare that to our second example right here. It's a similar situation. We win the ball, we pass it to our center mid here, and now what Jodeshu did here is he passes the ball out to his left mid, then he's going to trigger his striker and look for a through ball to the striker. What do I do here instead? And this, by the way, is in the 4-4-2, so it works in different formations as well. You don't need a cam. I'm going to trigger the run from my left mid. You can see it. Let me do the slow motion right here. So yeah, there you can spot it. Let me see if I find the frame. So this is the advanced method, kind of. You need to understand how to trigger players on runs. So what I do here is I pass the ball from my left back to my center mid, and then while that pass is traveling, I simply point the left stick at my left mid and press L1/LB. And this will make it so that he is now going to start a run forward. Once you get this mechanic down, it's not that hard. So we do that, he's going on a run. I see that my striker, who I have on the false 9 here, you don't really need that, but it makes it easier to find him. Striker is coming short, so now I'm going to build the triangle. We have the run available, but I'm not going to pass there instantly, but instead I'm using the third man here, pass the driven pass there. And now you can see when I receive the ball, that's exactly when my left mid is going to cross the offside line here, and we can feed the through ball if the opponent is not aware of it and defends it. And most players, until a certain level, they won't defend this. They're not aware of this kind of shenanigans, so you guys can really get an advantage. And by triggering these runs, especially from your left and right mid, your wingers, you're just going to have so much more pressure and so much more options in the attack immediately that, as I said, it's going to feel like an entirely different game. But it's not just about your left and right mid, as you're going to see in this third and final example. So bear with me here, guys. Here you can see how we actually feed our center mid through with the same method, just in a little bit of a different context. And that's also really important. I don't want you to tunnel vision, guys, and now only every attack play the same thing, play to my left mid, 1-2 pass to the CM, then try to get it to the striker, then build the triangle. If you do that every single time, you're going to be very stiff and predictable in your attack. It's about understanding the concept and then being able to fluidly include it in your attack whenever you see the opportunity. So what's happening right here? I pass the ball out to my right mid. Now, if I was going to force things, I would look for this pass. I need to play to my CM now as a 1-2 pass and stuff. CM is covered, I'm going to lose the ball. So what do I do instead? Well, the CM is covered right now, so I'm going to take the ball to the inside because my opponent is defending this pass, and now I'm going to do the 3-man build-up differently. So I'm starting here with a long driven pass with R1 plus X to my striker, and then I'm going to trigger my CM here to go forward and kind of get into this space. So as you can see right here, this is what we're going to do. By the way, actually, guys, I just noticed, I think this is my cam. I played Mariana as a cam for a while and then as a CM, so that's why I was confused. But it's still a different kind of way to do this. So here you can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to get the correct frame for it. So let me just try to find that one more time. There you can see it. So we play the driven pass. Now, same thing. While the pass is traveling, I point towards my cam here in this instance and press L1. And this is going to trigger her to run forward. Now, to be fully transparent with you guys, I think the game didn't register the trigger in this example because, as you can see, Mariana is not pointing her hand out like they usually do, when they are triggered on a run. But the intention is there, and actually the 3-man build-up method is so powerful that it still worked here without the trigger even registering. So you saw, I tried it. It worked anyways, as I said, because she's moving into the space on her own, and now I'm going to feed the through ball. And what's especially great about this is when you have players who, as you can see, don't select their center backs, you know, and they only defend with their CMs and run around with them. This is also really powerful against them. And so now I'm able to feed the through ball to Mariana here, and I'm then from there able to simply score. So guys, incorporate this method into your attack. It's going to totally transform it. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'll talk to you in the next one. See you then. Bye bye.